lived there for about 4 years, and that's originally how I learned about Plexus. Was from one of my Frisco, Texas neighbors. And anyway, really I started using Plexus just because I wanted to lose about 15 pounds that I was having trouble with. And I had no idea what other health relief, I guess, I would get from these products. So I've been using it for about a little over 2 years. And about 2 years prior to that, I had been diagnosed with Hashimoto's, which probably some of you have worked with people that have it, or maybe you have thyroid disease. And up until that point, and even since then, I'm really not a person that even goes, I mean, I go to the doctor maybe once a year for a health checkup. I'm pretty healthy. But at that point in time, I had gone to see a cardiologist, a neurologist, a OBGYN, a chiropractor, a primary care physician, and that's how bad I was having symptoms all over. I could not figure out what was going on with me. And I was chronic fatigue, sleeping 2 hours a day with my little preschooler sitting on the bed next to me while I was sleeping. Then I'd be a restless sleeper at night, had really bad brain fog, just felt like I was walking around like a zombie. Depression, which my endocrinologist later told me, you know, that is tied into your thyroid as well. Anxiety for no reason. I'd wake up and I'd tell my husband, I feel so anxious, and there's no reason for me to be feeling anxious right now. I had terrible sugar cravings, drinking a lot of regular soda, no diet soda for me, just straight out Pepsi. Constipated, bloating, you name it. So anyway, I was diagnosed. I take a Synthroid every day, and that helped my blood levels, but I was still dealing with all of those symptoms. So when I started Plexus, I really, like I said, just wanted to lose about 15 pounds. And after about 6 weeks, I had not only lost my 15 pounds that I was trying to lose, but I no longer had any of the symptoms that I'd been dealing with for the last 2 years. Now, this was my story. It's different for everybody, but I was sleeping through the night. I was not experiencing the anxiety, the depression that I'd been dealing with, no longer napping. That was just done. What else? Regular, no bloating, stomach issues. Before I had kind of all over achy feeling, wasn't having any of that. I was running around in the backyard with my kids. I remember the day that I was doing that, and it struck me that Plexus was doing so much more for me than just weight loss. So anyway, that's at that point in time, I had told my my good friend that had introduced me to it, I want to tell people about this, and I think I can do it. And so anyway, that's what I've been doing for the last little over 2 years. And I was lucky to have Sherry come to Omaha. That was just kind of a fluke how we met. I saw she was flying into Omaha one day, and I was friends with her on Facebook, and I texted her or I messaged her and just said, hey, welcome to Omaha. And so we kind of connected from there. So anyway, with that being said, I will turn the computer back over here to Sherry.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And did you mention that you were
Yes, Silver Ambassador.
She's a Silver Ambassador. So we're excited about that. And so next,
hey guys.
some of you recognize this face. I'm so excited that she's here in Omaha. Can you imagine? She's here now. I felt like a little piece of home was here. But I'm super excited to introduce you guys to Heidi. She's a Ruby ambassador from Texas, and she's here tonight, and she's going to share with us. And her team is they're exploding, and they're it's awesome to watch. So I'm going to turn it over to her and let her share with you what she has to share tonight.
Hey guys, I'm so blessed to be able to be with you here tonight, especially in Omaha, Nebraska, with two of my Plexus family members. Lori and Sherry and I had a great time at dinner tonight, and we apologize for the technical difficulties. We'll try to get to the meat of it as soon as possible here, but I see so many familiar and lovely faces, and hello and welcome, guys. Talk about freedom and Plexus freedom and flexibility. I got to come here to a family reunion, like my real family, like my flesh and blood family lives here in Omaha. And Sherry found out I was coming, and she was like, I was going to let Sherry and Lori know anyway I was coming. But I couldn't wait to see my Plexus family. I saw Lori at convention. We met at the dessert reception, all too briefly. But y'all, it was so excited to be able to be here with my my family, and then also see my Plexus family. To have that kind of freedom and flexibility is fabulous. And my boss said I could come. She didn't have, I don't even know if it's a male or female. I didn't have any issues with my being here, so I'm really thrilled about that. And thank you, Sherry, for hosting tonight. So the ability to take off and not have a boss, that's part of what we're here about, right? The time that we get, the flexibility that we get. And as you all know, some of the best things about being in Plexus are the Plexus family you meet, the Plexus friends forever, right? So I wanted to talk to you guys tonight. When Sherry asked me to speak to you, I thought, okay, what would I share? So what I've kind of done is done a letter to my future self, okay? Here's the things I would have liked to have known when I joined Plexus in January of 2014. So just a brief history, because so many of you all know my health testimony. I had 4 babies in 10 years, and I gained well over 100 pounds with those 4 babies. I was that good Christian woman who had put everyone and everything above me and my needs, and put the husband first, put the kids first. The church wanted something, needed something. I was, yes, okay, I'll do it. PTA needs something, I'm your girl, I'll do it. Meanwhile, didn't take care of me. But I had been an athlete and slender and physically fit most of my life. So flash forward 10 years, and I gained about 10 pounds a year. So, that's not too bad until you've got 10 years of adding 10 pounds on. So I had seen my upline and friend Debbie posting about Plexus online on Facebook. And I was in the middle of my own weight loss journey at that point, because on May 8, 2011, I had really prayed about things, and I said, okay, God, I'm 280 pounds. I'm well I'm overweight. When the doctor used the word obese and morbidly obese, even, that was frightening to me. My blood pressure was sky high. I knew it was time to make a change. And so I really prayed about it and said, okay, God, I've tried time and time again. God, this time I need your help in losing weight, and being, one of the fruits of the Spirit is self-discipline. I need that self-discipline. So I had started embarking on a journey on my own. I say on my own, but I joined a gym, and I had a trainer. I was able to join this really inexpensive gym. Mind you, we had a family of 6, so I'm watching budget finances. So I joined a gym for like $10 a month. And then when I joined, they said, okay, now at the time you join, you can buy as many half-price training sessions as you can possibly want. And I did that. And, having been an athlete, I knew a little bit about, working out and all those kinds of things. But it was so great to be able to have the guidance of someone who knew a little bit about nutrition and working out, and kind of got me on the right track. So I'd already kind of started on my journey, and I did lose 87 pounds on my own. But y'all, that was 2.5 years later. It was blood, sweat, tear, prayer. Very consistent with clean eating, working out, all that. And then I just stopped. It's like my body said, you know what, I recognize this set point, and I'm not losing anymore. And about that time, I'd seen my friend posting about Plexus. And at the time, she was mainly posting most about weight loss, which really appealed to me. And of course, it was exciting to see other people that were having success in losing weight, because I was applauding them, and I was so happy. And then I started thinking, wait a minute, I'm not hearing much about their workouts or what they're eating. All they seem to be doing is drinking this pink drink, and they're losing weight. Are you kidding me? And so I was very skeptical. I was one of those very skeptical people, and I thought, I applaud these people for losing weight. I'm glad their lives are improving because of it. But I had been doing supplements for about 20 years on my own, and I knew I needed to do that research to make sure those ingredients weren't harmful to, one of my body organs. And, I was I was dying to be thin, but I wasn't dying to be thin. I didn't want to stress and work it out in order to, lose weight and then find out, oh my gosh, it was harmful for one of my organs. So did the research, ran it past my mainstream doctors, ran it past my alternative doctors. Everyone said, Heidi, the ingredients in these products look really, really good. There's no reason why you shouldn't try them. So I jumped on board and started trying them. I knew that was New Year's Eve. I actually signed on with Debbie because I decided January 20, I decided 2014 was going to be my year. I was going to shed the rest of the weight I needed to lose. So talked to Debbie New Year's Eve, and she wasn't fortunately doing anything. She was like, call me whenever, whatever. So literally I was in the closet talking to her, joining at the stroke of midnight. And I was like, this has got to stop. 2014 is going to be a better year. This is going to be my year, right? So it was so funny. So anyway, joined her team, and I only joined for the very best prices because as a mom of 4 and a family of 6, I'm a TJ Maxx shopper, and I don't care. I'll probably, when I hit Diamond someday, I'll probably still be a bargain shopper. It's very important to me to be, a good steward with my money and all. So joined her, started drinking just the pink drink and doing the accelerator because we didn't know too much about gut health back in 2014. We knew a little bit, but the emphasis seemed to be about the pink drink back in 2014. So I knew that it was working though, because by the end of the month, this pair of Miss Me jeans that I had in December that didn't fit me were actually fitting, coming up over my hips and around my waist just a little bit at the end of January. And by the middle of February, they were actually coming up over my hips, around my waist. I could just button and stand with the jeans on. I certainly couldn't sit, but by the end of February, I could sit in them fairly comfortably. But I was seeing the inches, and I was seeing the scale start to budge, and I thought, okay, I'm on to something good here. My husband at the time was witnessing, okay, she's in a better mood. There's something to this. She's feeling better. She's getting housework done. She seems motivated now. I think I'll try this stuff. So he jumped on. Bob Spinner jumped on board. And then he said, well, and I wasn't really working it as a business yet. I'll share this with y'all because this is probably the best thing that ever happened to me. So my upline, Debbie's watching me, and she's checking in with me, and she's saying, how are you feeling? I said, oh my gosh, I feel great. Within days, I was feeling so great. Y'all, I was so motivated. Within days, I had organized my closet according to color. So all the blacks were together, all the whites, all the reds. I was like, who is this? I don't know who this is. But so that was so fun. It was like, this is definitely making a difference. My husband saw it was making a difference at the time. And so he started using the products, and he was feeling better. And I thought, Lord God, Jesus, thank you. It's going to save our marriage. But anyway, it was a good thing for both of us. But we weren't working the business. And here we were 6 weeks into it. And, I started to share a little bit with family and friends, just, saying, I'm taking this stuff and I just feel so great because I care. I want you to feel great too. But my upline, Debbie, and y'all think about maybe this is something you want to do or not want to do, but she had actually posted on my wall, hey, I'm so glad you took the plexus plunge. I'm like, yeah, I didn't want people to know that I was taking the plexus plunge. I'm not sure about that, how I feel. But it's been on my wall for several hours, and like the damage is done. I've been working so hard on my own to lose weight. I just wasn't sure. I wanted to let the cat out of the bag that I was using Plexus. So then I said, okay, I guess I'm going to be all in. I am feeling better, and if I feel better, then I want to care and share with others and help them feel better. So anyway, that was about the time when Bob says, and he was a Baylor business grad, okay, so he knows business. And he said, show me that compensation plan. I showed it to him, and his eyes got about this big, and I started sparkling and shining, and I was kind of like, what's wrong with you, dude? And he was like, this looks like a really good business, like a compensation plan. And I'm like, okay, yeah. He goes, I think there's something here. I think maybe we should start working it. And we did. And okay, so 2.5 years later, I am a Ruby ambassador. That happened in May. Thank God for my amazing team and for people who truly want to build the business and people that really came to me hungry for the products and needed the products and needed the business opportunity. It is not something I did on my own. It was something completely and totally all glory to God and bringing me the right people that needed the products and the business opportunity. But 2.5 years later, I am Ruby. That is short of my expectations. I would have hoped to have been Ruby long before now. But you know what, guys? Think about it in the grand scheme of things. I honestly believe this. If 2.5 years from now I'm Diamond, it will all be worth it. If it takes me 2.5 more years to get to Diamond, it will all be worth it. I love what I do. I'm here, on vacation, family reunion, And I chose to spend my evening, part of my vacation, doing this. Why? Because I love it. I love people, and I love the way that Plexus is changing lives. So I wanted to share a few things with you tonight, things that I would have shared with myself in January 2014. So I hope this is helpful for you, and I hope maybe you can take some of these things that you may have heard before. It's all duplicatable, all replicatable, but I hope you can take some of these things that I share with you tonight, and that perhaps your progress to Ruby will be faster than mine. But anyway, bottom line, it's all about changing lives. Okay, so the theme of what I've chosen to talk to you about tonight is persistence, passion, and purpose. And I'm going to read some of these things, and I'm sorry if I'm boring you reading. I'm trying to get through this quickly, especially since we started a little late. But so I shared with you a little bit about how I kind of fell into my passion. I had been a school teacher. I was passionate about teaching children, and I knew that as a teacher I was touching the future and changing lives. But as you know, teachers are underpaid and often underappreciated. So as a result of my own personal weight loss struggles, to have fell into a health and wellness company that truly is impacting lives and making a difference was a true blessing for me. So like I said, achieving Ruby in 2.5 years was totally God's pace, not my pace. I've had obstacles and challenges along the way, and fortunately I've had Plexus to help me through those obstacles and challenges. But as hindsight is 100%, I wanted to share with you some of the things I would do differently if I did it all again. Number one, in January 2014, it was simply about weight loss for me, and it worked. It helped me lose an additional 41 pounds, and I was feeling great. Had I recognized the business opportunity from day one in January, my future self would hit the ground running. I would have gotten over myself. I would have said, who cares if my Facebook friends know I'm using Plexus to lose the rest of my weight? I'm still eating clean. I'm still working out. I'm doing all those things. Number one, get over yourself. Okay, get over yourself. Who cares what other people think? Honestly and truly. They don't pay your bills. If they're your true friends, they're going to support you, right? So I would have gotten over myself. I would have gotten over my pride. As we know, sometimes multi-level marketing gets into a bad stigma. People tried it before, it didn't work for them, or they got it, stuck with a garage full of Tupperware or what have you, and they kind of got burned by it. But our company is so different. So number two is I recognized, and my husband at the time recognized, the brilliance of the comp plan. And when we do that, when you see that and how generous Plexus is, you got to run with it. You just have to run with it. So get over yourself and your pride, recognize the business of the comp plan, and run with it. Super Saturday in Dallas, I had the pleasure of meeting Erin O'Keefe. One of our Plexus sidelines from Montana is on her team, and she met us for drinks one night at the hotel right before Super Saturday. And so we all got to meet her. And I'm thinking, I was senior gold at the time. And I'm thinking, what a great opportunity I have. Here's Erin O'Keefe, she's a sapphire, whoa. And so I went down and introduced myself, and everybody else was kind of talking amongst themselves. And I thought, what a great opportunity to just sit at her feet and learn. And I asked her questions about how she made her progress in her journey so fast. And she said, number one, she recognized the brilliance of the comp plan. She said, she admitted, I'm type A. I saw the beauty and the brilliance of the comp plan. I've been in other MLMs. Their comp plans were good, but not as good as Plexus. And I just ran. I just hit the ground running. Okay, so future Heidi, I wish you would have hit the ground running with it and just known that. But anytime you have the ability, the time to learn and learn how somebody else got there, take that opportunity, just like you all are here tonight. The next thing is, through the obstacles and the challenges that I faced in the last 2.5 years, I've also been learning. So, sometimes God answers your greatest prayers and blessings, and sometimes He says, I'm going to answer them, but not just not right now. I know why now. For example, that road from silver to gold can be such a lonely, lonely road. Well, my future self knows that road from silver to gold was so lonely because I didn't do a very good job training my new ambassadors in the power of 3. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the power of 3, go to YouTube and Google or search for Sheila Medina. She's our first Plexus Diamond. She did an excellent speech on the power of 3 at our Dallas convention. So I joined in January 2014. That very next June or May actually was the Plexus convention in Dallas, and I was silver by then. So talk about charting your progress and feeling like, I'm persistent, I'm trying. It seems like it's such short, slow progress. And then I looked at my name tag from the second convention, what's in Phoenix, and I was gold. Okay, so I had achieved gold in a year, which is kind of slow for a lot of people. A lot of people are well before gold, but they say that comparison is the thief of joy, and that's true. So don't compare your journey with other people's journeys. But I'm trying to share some ways with you. I think you could get there faster than I did. And one of those things is along your journey, along your way, whether it's your personal health journey, whether you're trying to grow your business, share Plexus with everyone, absolutely everyone. I don't care if you've gone out to check the mail and there's your mail carrier. You know, you see, and I've often taken bottles of water to my mail carrier. They're working in these postal trucks that are wide open, and in Texas, you know, that's almost a death wish because it's, you know, there's heat and humidity sapping them. So also, I wanted to share with you guys really quickly. I kind of plugged into this new church of mine, and I thought what he touched on, not this last Sunday, but the Sunday before, he said something that really struck me, and I thought if I had known that 2.5 years ago, I might be well beyond where I am now. He says, if love is man's greatest need, then rejection is man's biggest fear. Let me say that again. If love is man's greatest need, rejection is man's biggest fear. And I think so many times those of us who are here, and maybe people that are our business partners in our what would be considered our downline, they're fearful. They're not sure they want to put themselves out there. Even if the products are working for them, even if they're feeling great, there's still that. Lots of people carry a lot of emotional baggage. Maybe they've been rejected for one reason or another over the course of their life, and they're going to put themselves out there on social media or share with a person, and somebody says no, you know, that's the end of it for them. And as we were talking at dinner, Lori and Sherry and I were all sharing, we've had people say no to us, and you just can't personalize it. When I was at convention in Las Vegas in June, I was looking at the whole convention floor filled with jewels. And I thought to myself, how many times, okay? So basically what they were sharing with us at the convention is go for the no, because the more no's you get, the closer you get to your goal. So I thought that was a really, really good point. But then he went on to talk about Jesus and how rejection affected Jesus. Number one, it deepened his personal relationships. It strengthened his vulnerability and focus. So people who handle rejection and handle it well become strong people. Who cares? They're not saying no to you. They're saying no to the products at that particular moment in time. They're saying no to the business opportunity at that particular moment in time. I'm not sure that any of my team members are on this call directly, but I asked for a show of hands for how many of them had said no originally to the products or to the business opportunity. You'd have a large show of hands. There's a lot of people who have joined me since they originally said no. So when you get those no's, just know that you're one step closer to your goal, that a no does not mean no forever. Truly trust me with that. Keep following up with people that have said they're interested or at one point or time in the products or the business opportunity. But also, number 3, it propelled Jesus into his destiny. So my pastor had suggested your greatest testimony, ministry, and life are on the other side of your fear. And I thought that was a really good message too, because truly to be successful in our career path, we really have to get out of that comfort zone, because comfort zones really are truly where dreams go to die. We know we have a gift. We have products that are changing people's lives, changing their health, yet so many of us are so fearful. What will other people think? What if they turn me down? You know, and those are all real and natural fears. And but those also interfere with our personal success with Plexus. So anyway, I thought that was an interesting spiritual aside. So recognizing the brilliance of the comp plan, running with it, inviting everyone on this journey with you, go for the no, again, with persistence, passion, and purpose. Be persistent in sharing in person with people, everyone you meet, if possible. Be passionate, be persistent. And you know when passion and purpose meet, that's a beautiful, meaningful career, and beautiful things happen, honestly and truly. Be persistent in your own health journey, because I know many of us are still on I know I'm still on my health journey. The best thing I can do is consistently take my products, be a product of the products when I can afford to do that, when I'm helping others along the way. Remember that we're not just selling products, we are helping people, coach them through the use of the products, And I think that's really where you're going to, when you have some really good customers that are trying the products, when they see how beneficial it is that you're personally coaching them through those products, they're going to be more likely to join you in the future too, and know that they can duplicate and replicate that. If you haven't identified your why you're doing Plexus or why you're doing it now, do that. Also, go ahead and make a video. Just practice by yourself making a video. Why do you do Plexus? There are several network marketers have suggested that people will join you, and they join you, not the products or the business, but they join you because of your why. So really know what your why is. Why are you doing this? And leave those comfort zones, because that's truly where dreams go to die. If you're comfortable with your life now, don't make any changes. Don't do anything else. But if you're not comfortable, if you're not living abundantly like God wants us to live, then it's time to make some changes and time to get out of those comfort zones. The other great reason for being consistent in your own health journey is, number one, for your health and the people that depend on you. But number two, when you're consistent with the products and you really do walk this health journey, other people see that, and they see what a big difference Plexus has made for you in your life. Okay, so I've talked a lot about P's: persistence, passion, purpose, and Plexus. And the other thing I want to encourage you to do, keep it real, be authentic, but keep it positive when possible, because positivity is contagious. People want to follow people who are positive. I know that personally, when I've gone through seasons that have been challenging and there's been a lot of obstacles, if I'm exposed to people who are really negative or toxic, it just brings me down. So, there's a lot of people out there too that said fake it till you make it. But there really is something to be said for trying to be cheerful despite a hard time. And people want to be around people who are positive. So if your Facebook posts, just your general posts, are pretty positive and pretty inspiring, you're going to find that people are going to join you. They may even follow you because they love the inspirational things that you're posting. If you have even one person on your Plexus team, let's say you're not even silver, and that's just fine, because everybody starts at the same place. Everybody starts somewhere. You are a leader. It's time to start bettering yourself as a leader. It's time to start reading different books for self-development. I'm super glad, super pumped that Plexus is doing, adding some resources for us in our back office, which should be any day now, I believe, if I've not missed it. But this is one book that I'm reading while I'm here on vacation. Is Millionaire by Halftime, and it's Presley Swaggerty's book. And so far, I'm really on board with what he's saying. And he's had a very successful career as a network marketer, but he's kind of coaching other network marketers now. But it's all about positivity. If you haven't done John Maxwell's leadership training yet, get that book, or see if your leader's going to do have your group, your team do the 21 laws of irrefutable leadership. Because there's so much that goes into becoming a leader. There's so many of us who are comfortable right now in this time and space saying, I don't have any problems being a leader. And there's other of us who think, I'm an okay leader, but if we recognize our weaker areas, we can develop those. Anytime you can develop, do some self-development or training as a leader, you're going to be so much better off, and your team's going to be so much better off. So spend that time, whether it's 10, 15 minutes a day, even if you only have 10 minutes a day, just to read one of the network marketing books, or learn. Maybe you need to learn more about the product. Spend some time with that success kit. Speaking of the success kit, don't forget to go back to basics. When I joined in 2014, they didn't have that beautiful, wonderful success kit. They had more than when Sheila Medina and so many of the early pioneers in Plexus joined, but they didn't have that. So there was a lot of what we were doing was simply replication and duplication, all those kinds of things. But it's not what that success kit is. When we got that success kit in January 2014, it was January this year, 2016, it knocked my socks off. I thought, wow, what a beautiful thing Plexus has done. Those flashcards, for example, so my kids aren't real big on flashcard math facts. So we do something, instead of doing it at home and doing, just minutes and minutes or hours of it, we do what's called stoplight flashcards. And so the first stoplight, if I got all three of my kids that are still at home with me, it's Nick's choice. It's Nick's turn, and we're going to work on division, right? So we do the division flashcards until the stoplight turns, and then we go on, and then it's Noah's turn, and then it's, you know, Naomi's turn, whatever she's working on. But that's that quick brief moments of learning time. So much of our time, I know in the Dallas Metroplex area, we're spending time driving. When we're driving, we could be listening to audio tapes like the success tapes that Plexus is going to provide for us. We could be taking those amazing product flashcards and keeping them in our dash or console, and like, okay, I know this is a really long light, so I'm just going to grab one of these product cards, and while I'm aware of my surroundings, of course, I'm just going to study this, and I'm just going to see if I can tell myself in the mirror what this product does. Get where you're so comfortable. But don't feel like, if you're new on this call, don't feel like you have to know it all to start. You do not have to know it all. You do not have to have your own personal testimony. There are so many people that have those testimonies. Until you have your own, you use other people's testimonies. You get your own belief in the products, that they've given you more energy, you're sleeping better, and all those kinds of things. But do not wait to share. That's probably the worst thing I did. I was 6 to 8 weeks before I really began passionately sharing how Plexus is changing my health and life. If you have one person on your team, remember, you're a leader. So go ahead and set up that team page on Facebook and communicate there daily, whether it's 1 or 2 or 3 times a day. It's just a great place to meet and gather information and present information to your team. Let them know they're able to post questions there that you can get back with them. And if you're not there personally, somebody on the team can get back to them. Train, inspire. Let people know as they join your team and your business partners' teams. Let them know who you are and that you care that you've joined their team, or that they've joined your team. Thank them. Let them know that you're available to Zoom one-on-one with them, or one-on-one with their upline, or however. But it's really important to let them know you're available one way or another, or you just say, these are the hours I'm available each day, or this is the hour I'm available. Let me know, and I'll set an appointment with you to meet you, to train you. Because remember, not all of our business partners have the same time we may or may not have. And maybe their upline is super busy working their daytime job, and they're dog tired by the time they get home, even if they're taking edge. You know, let them know that, hey, it's okay to come to me. I'm happy to train you. I'm happy to run with it with you. So find ways. Also, the other thing is, some people say, well, I don't know many people. I don't know I don't have many people to share with. Well, then that's your job to extend your network. So you join a volunteer group, you help in your community, and what we're doing is all about relationships, so developing relationships with others, because number one, Plexus people care. They care about people, they love people authentically. You develop those relationships. So what, you may be wearing that Plexus shirt when you're volunteering somewhere. Eventually someone's going to say, hey, Plexus, what is this Plexus stuff all about? So I'm sorry, I set a timer so I wouldn't go over. But anyway, find ways to extend your network, whether it's joining a book club, whether it's, you know, maybe it's a wine club, whatever it is. Develop some relationships, get to know people, make new friends. So I talked a little bit today about persistence, passion, and purpose. So 2.5 years later, yes, I'm a Ruby. Am I where I want to be? Not exactly, but I'm thankful for where I am. And I know that I have the passion, the positivity, the patience, the persistence that I need to get to Diamond. And I can say with authority, one day, whether it's next year or 2.5 years from now, I will be a Diamond. I have the blessing and the chance to make an impact in the lives of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people at some point, and that's meaningful and important to me. And I just encourage all of you truly to hang in there, even if your growth in your journey is slow, whether it's your personal health journey, whether it's your business journey. Hang in there. Be patient, be positive, be persistent. And it's not a soulish or selfish prayer to say, okay, God, please bring me and my team people who need the products. Please bring me people in my team who need the business opportunity, because He wants to bless us with that. He really does. And I learned something really important about a year ago from another pastor. He said, you know, so many times we pray for things, and we may even thank God in advance for those prayers, but so many times we forget to put our hands out and expect that manna from heaven. So y'all pray, put your hands out, and just say, God, I just pray that you will bring me and my team the biggest blessings ever. And in turn, the people that come to me for the products for health issues, may their health be restored in your name. And may people that really truly are stretched from one end to the other, barely making those monthly bills, may this be a true blessing for them, and that you'll just bring me some people that truly need that business opportunity as well. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. So it's kind of a letter to my future self. So if I had done all these things, who knows possibly where I might be right now. But like Erin O'Keefe hit the ground running. She saw the brilliance of the comp plan. She hit the ground running. She wanted the business opportunity. I've got some people on my team who they're so funny. They crack me up. So they really kind of even skipped over the training and they just went straight to telling people about the business opportunity, which cracks me up because that's not the way I started. And it doesn't matter how you start, just get started. Get over yourself, get over the fear. What are people going to think? Are they going to reject me? They're not paying your bills, okay? They're not paying your bills every month. You're the one that's responsible for you and your life and your bills. So I hope part of or any of what I've shared with you has helped tonight. If anything, it's helped maybe inspire you, but just keep doing what you're doing and make some changes when necessary, but hang in there. What if it takes you 5 years to diamond? What other job are you going to, get to reach the ceiling in 5 years and be making a true income, a true difference in people's lives and a true income that provides you and your family a financial future? Thank y'all for having me. I'm going to turn you back over to Sherry. If y'all do have questions, I'm going to be here. I'll hang here to answer those. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. You want to swim in? I'll get us all. How about
Okay. All right. Well, I'll get together.
Okay. Let's see. How do I do this? I don't know how to unmute. How do I unmute? Help me.
Let's see. Where are we? I think you're unmuted, aren't you? Can you
Is everybody unmuted?
You're not muted, Sherry. We can hear you.
Okay. There you go. Well, I was going to unmute. Okay. Well, do I have to do it each one? So does anyone?
We can unmute ourselves.
Oh, okay. We'll do that. That would be helpful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, I love my Plexus family. Thank you, Lori. And I'm sending a virtual hug to all of you. I see a lot of my favorite faces out there, too.
Well, thank you, Heidi, for driving all the way out to Omaha to visit us.
And through Greenville, where you work, right?
Yes, you've got to stop by and see. You got to come through at lunchtime.
Right,
Let me know.
I will. And how cool is it you get to write off a business trip when you go see your family, right?
That's what I was muted, so I was like, no, family reunion just turned business trip. I know.
Right. I'm collecting receipts. But I would do it even if I didn't get reimbursed, honestly. I just love it. I really do.
Okay, Amber, will you be sneaky, Sherry,
Amber,
and take a picture?
Yes, I will. Hey.
I
I took one, but it didn't have everybody in it.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I took one too.
Hang on.
Hey, smile, Dina.
Your thing on. Hang on, I'll be sneaky. I'm just trying to get y'all all in. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
There's another great Ruby on the call. Hi, Amber.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
That's my Ruby sister.
That's right.
I met Amber at the Dallas convention. It was so much fun.
I think we were both gold at the time.
I think so. Yeah, I had just turned gold. Yeah.
Yeah. So cool. Well, do you want me to stop the recording and then if you want to take questions?
Yes, please.
Okay, hold on one sec.